This golf course has created 3 Ryder Cup players. I'm here to see what makes it special. This is episode 2 of the GC500 at Bathgate Golf Club. Let's go! Scotland, well known as the home of golf, has over 500 golf courses, of which I've played barely any. As a junior, I spent my time on the local courses wondering why I wasn't getting any better, and it's about time I changed that. But with so many good golf courses in Scotland, how are you supposed to know where to play? Introducing the Golf Course 500. I'm on a mission to play every golf course in Scotland, creating the first definitive catalogue of Scottish golf on YouTube. Let's go! Right trips, we're back, and I'm delighted to be out. Been stuck in the house for best part of a week, not feeling great with the cold. You can maybe still hear it in my voice, but I'm feeling a lot better. So happy to be out playing golf again, and we're at Bathgate Golf Club. This is a course that I've played a few times actually, so different to last week where I didn't really know the course. Should hopefully know where I'm going, and I've got really fond memories of this golf course. I remember really liking it, so I'm excited for today's episode. We've also managed to drag out my good friend Andrew for the round. He's actually never played here before, so that's going to be interesting to see what he thinks of the course, how he gets on, and just going to have a good time. So we've hit one a little right off the first, but we're in play. It's a par 5 to start. What better chance to get this off to a good start. Let's do this, man. Come on! First hole at Bathgate, par 5. You absolutely love to start with a par 5. We've got 215 yards. Long way, but we're going to give it a good go. Anywhere up round the green would be smashing. Hitting a hybrid, normally goes about 200, so should be a little short, but let's get up there and get on with this round. Might just find the greenside bunker. So Bathgate Golf Club's actually got a really rich history, which I'm excited to tell you a bit more about. I've been doing my research, so we'll get a bit of info throughout the round. But if this is your first time here, I'm Lewis. This is my series, the GC500, the Golf Course 500, where my mission is to vlog on YouTube every single golf course in Scotland. We've just started, having a great time. If you've been here before, please make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. If you're new and you're interested in this sort of thing, please make sure you subscribe. It's really going to help as we start to grow this channel. Like the video if this is your sort of thing, and yeah, enjoy some golf. Decent enough start here. We found the greenside bunker. Hopefully an up and down to make a birdie on the first. Plenty of sand in this bunker, so it's really just going to be a bit of a splash and just let it trickle out. The green kind of rolls away as well, so don't want to carry it too far. Oh, a wee bit shy. Left it quite a bit short. The slope kind of starts here, so I didn't quite reach it. Looks relatively straight, maybe a little bit off the left. Down the hill a little. I must say the greens are looking superb. We had a putt on the practice green. Got a decent pace to them, and yeah, looking lovely, nice and flat. Let's try and do justice and pop one in at the first. Just not enough pace on it. Good. Par on the first. Come on. We're safely at the second at Bathgate. We made a par on the first. Much better than what we managed on the first episode at Linlithgow. Something interesting to note here. So we've came off the first, which on the scorecard, stroke index 17, so second easiest hole in the course. We're now on to the second, which is stroke index 1. So straight into the teeth of it, onto the hardest hole on the course, which to be fair isn't all that unfamiliar because our home course, the second hole is also stroke index 1, so you would think we're familiar with it by now. To be honest, it's quite wide open, anywhere right of that left bunker. I think just try and get a good one away so we're not too far away for the second shot. There we go. That was good. I love to see it. I teased with the Ryder Cup information at the start. We'll come to that in a wee bit. But something really interesting about Bathgate Golf Club, it's to do with the course designer. So the course was actually first created in the 1800s, towards the late 1800s. 1892, still be reliably informed with me. And then it was later redesigned, or sort of tweaked, by famous golf course designer James Braid. James Braid was also an Open champion. He sort of plied his trade in creating golf courses and designing golf courses. Some sources on the internet say that he was involved in over 400 golf courses. Some others say he designed around about 200, mostly in the UK. And if you haven't heard of him, you've probably heard of quite a few of the courses that he was involved in designing, the likes of Carnoustie, the King's Course at Glen Eagles, various other ones. If you haven't, you should check them out and have a look, because it's a really interesting story. But anyway, an interesting point about James Braid. He has apparently been cited as the creator of the dogleg, which could be true, could be false. I'm not a golf historian. However, first two holes that we've played at Bathgate, both with a slight dogleg. So the first round to the left, and then this one is kind of straight up and then veers to the right. So I quite fancy my chances with that fact. More to the point, we've both actually hit them right down the middle, which makes a difference on the hardest hole in the course. First really good drive of the day. This one's slap bang in the middle. We have got a little bit of a funky stance, but got every chance on a tough hole. It's 152 yards to the flag. I'm just going to hit an 8. It's normally about 145 club. But I wouldn't mind being a little bit short and just giving ourselves a putt. Stubby's just hit one really close from 180, so I feel like I have to give myself a chance as well. Well, I think we've caught the front of the green. Just started left. It was wanting to cut, but the wind held it. As expected, a little bit short on the left side, just on the fringe, so not quite on the green. Uphill, pretty much all the way. It probably slopes a little bit down towards the end. This is just a lag putt. Try and get it inside 5 feet for a par on the hardest hole. Aiming this. Almost a flag stick out the left, to be honest, and I think it will just lag right down there. Come on. Right idea, just not enough there. Best part is 6-7 feet. Got it just on the left edge. Oh. Bit keen with that one after leaving the last one short. There we go. Bogey's fine. Third hole, just as we were talking about dog legs, is a cracking hole. Pretty much a right angle dog leg up to the left. Only 307 yards, but something I read about James Braid designs is they don't necessarily sort of try and knock your teeth out, but you just have to be very strategic. You see the hole just goes up there, just over the green we just played on, and then all the way around to the left. It's a good thing that Stobie started with 2 pars, because it meant that he played first on this hole. I was going to hit a hybrid just up into that sort of landing zone. However, he's just hit a 6-iron and it looked absolutely perfect. So just hitting an iron, try and get this in position to get a good look at the green, which, if I remember correctly, is an absolute cracker. Oh, should just be fine, eh? Right, we've been a wee bit unlucky here. What you don't see from the tee is these trees that are sort of now blocking me out on the right hand side. We're also on some sort of wet piney grass. Should get a full swing though. It's 145-ish. I'm just going to have to try and just hit it nicely up over those trees. Just caught it funny off the lie. Sit down. into some thicker stuff. Wee bit out of position. The lie here, however, is pretty good. It's sitting all right, but this is sort of wispy grass that can just grab your club. So got to just be confident and hit through the ball and just pop it onto the green. It does slope down to the right at the front, unless you carry over that, but then you start bringing in the bunkers. Hopefully somewhere on that top plateau. Yes, come on. Superb shot from the longer stuff there. Left a really good chance for a par up the hill. It'll turn a little right to left. Just be a good par. There we go. Very good. Just before we move away from this hole, look how cool that green is. It's almost like an amphitheatre, you would call it, I think. Beautiful, sort of just protects that back of the green, but if you fly it up there, I think you're as good as dead. Beautiful, nice long green. Loving it. Fourth hole, first par 3 of the day. 160 today, but it's playing back into that wind that we've played into a few times. Going to hit a 6 and just hope that it holds up in the wind a little bit. Anywhere on the green would be smashing. Get up there. Best worst shot I've hit in a while. Andrew just said something really interesting to me. He said, almost with the design of this course, it was as if they were anticipating hosting sort of championships or something like that, which I think is really interesting because you see with some of the kind of over-exaggerated features, which are really, really cool. I'll show you what I mean on this hole. So we've got this really sort of long, extended ridge. Again, it's almost like an amphitheatre, not quite as high. You see Andrew just coming up behind it there. That sort of all just slopes back towards this green. And then I'll remind you of that last hole, so just up in the distance there. You've got this big massive banking behind the green, which is, for a parkland course, not something that you expect, and it's really cool. You could just imagine spectators kind of standing up on that bank end, watching down on the green, and then watching the tee shots back into this par 3. Not really what you expect from an inland course in West Lothian. Really smart. What a cracking shot I hit there. Oh, I got really lucky. Just ran up these up the sort of slope of the hole. Landed nicely here. Oh, I went to mark that there. I'm not even on the green. It's a little downhill. Playing it out to the right by a couple of cups, and it'll just turn towards the end. Probably not much at the start. There's a wee hump you have to get over here. Should bring it back to the hole. Settle. Oh, good effort. Just racing them a little bit to begin with here. Just getting a bit keen with the putts at the start here. Quite quick. Yeah, they do roll really, really true and nice. Right, another tester for par, eh? This will be another good save. Oi. Not to be. Disappointing one. Just giving you a little look of the 5th hole. That's what we're playing to, but what a cracking tee box. Par 5. Tucked away into the trees, so you're hitting through this little gap, but it's quite daunting. Just checking on the scorecard, so par bogey to start. Not the greatest one at a par 3, but got a par 5 here. Try and make one back. To describe the weather today, it's just extremely muggy. It's warm, it feels like my clothes are sticking to me, so I think we're expecting a bit of rain in a while as well. So that'll make things interesting. So you can see here how these bushes are pretty much in your line. The green is actually up behind those trees in the distance. You've got a post in the fairway in the middle. I think really the play is sort of there or 10 yards left or right of that. And then there's a hill there that's just going to take it. So just try to almost aim at that post with a little bit of a cut. Should leave us in a good spot. There we go. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Just taking a second to stop, we've let a guy through, so gives us a chance to settle down and have a think about the first couple of holes. I mean, I think it's a stunning course, to be fair. I'll kind of emphasise it here, but that looks like a tournament golf course with all the sort of undulations that are really nicely planned. You see this one, it kind of goes both ways. You've got this big bank towards the green and another sort of amphitheatre around the back of the green, which is really cool. Yeah, I really like it. I think it's cool. It's unique, unexpected. But back to the golf, 2 bogeys, 2 pars to start. Not actually all that bad. A bit sloppy, but had a cracking drive. We're just up there, so we'll have a good chance to get on in 2 from a par 5. Alrighty, another perfect drive. One thing we were just talking about, on these fairways there's all these sort of subtle undulations, which is quite interesting. It makes you think about every shot. You don't necessarily always have a flat lie, which is maybe one of the reasons that they've bred some top professional golfers that we'll talk about in a little while. This shot's 175. It's downwind, slightly uphill. I'm going to hit a 7. Just try and get on the front. Pulled it. Stay there. Should be okay. Should be okay. Woo! Feel like I'm playing in the open. Where's all the fans at? Nice. I've actually almost caught the back of the green, so good chance. How cool is that? I think we've probably pitched just about there. Came down this slope, landed here, about 5 foot off the green. Got an interesting putt down to this flag. So really I could chip this, it's sitting nicely, but everything's downhill here. I don't want to sort of chip it onto a downslope. Again, and just another one I'm trying to lag down there and get a good look at birdie. Hopefully get a bit better pace on this one. It's another left to right slope. Quite subtle, but all the way. Oh, I've been very careful. Come on. Great line. Right, this feels like one of the better chances we're going to have on this front 9. It's going to be quick down the hill, but it should roll true. So just give us a good chance to drop. There we go. First birdie of the day. Come on. I'm going early. That last hole could be one of my favourite holes that I've played, certainly in West Lothian anyway. Helps when you make a birdie though. Right, this hole is, I think it's deceptively long. It's only about 400, but it looks like it should be a par 5. We've got a really nice open fairway. Then it kind of goes to this little funnel that you can see, which is up where the green is. A little bit of a dogleg again, so getting a lot of James Braid doglegs here. Nothing too dissimilar to the last hole. There's a post out there. Trying to hit it at that with a slight cut. Back into the wind. Cutting back towards the post. Sit down. Yeah, it's just stayed in the first cut. Right then, let's talk about the main narrative, or one of the main narratives at Bathgate. This course has created 3 Ryder Cup players, 2 of which have been Ryder Cup captains, which is a pedigree that you don't actually get at many golf courses. And for, well, a relatively sort of unknown club in the grand scheme of Scottish golf, if you're talking about the top 100 courses and stuff like that, it's pretty incredible. So first up, there was Eric Bird. He played in the Ryder Cup throughout the 50s. Then as we were into the, I think, 70s and 80s, he was then the captain. We then followed that up with, I think, the 2 most famous Gallaghers this side of Manchester. Bernard Gallagher and then his nephew, Stephen Gallagher, who maybe are 2 more household names. But for this course to have created 3 Ryder Cup players, it's pretty incredible. I think between them, they must be reaching 20 involvements in Ryder Cups. Stephen Gallagher just the 1, 2014 at Gleneagles, I remember that one. That was a win as well. And then for me as a 28-year-old, not so many memories of Bernard Gallagher, albeit sort of one of the biggest names in Scottish golf history, you would have to say. But yeah, mentioned it on the last hole, I think that this course has a lot of sort of attributes that have led to that happening. It almost feels like you should be playing competition golf here, which maybe therefore means as you go into life as a professional, you're not daunted by big slopes and amphitheatres and playing off lies that aren't flat. I think there could be something in that. It's another really unique hole. You see this little funnel that can only be about 30 yards wide, in stark contrast to this massive wide fairway. We've not quite rolled off this slope, so we do have a sort of tricky lie on a slope, but we've only got 117 to this flag, playing a bit into the wind, and I think with this stance, it's probably going to fly up into the air, so I'm going to hit pretty much a full pitching wedge, aiming it a little bit left because I'd expect a little bit of a cut here. Wow, it's just overcut. Didn't start it left enough. Tad short as well, so we'll be chipping. So just going back to that sort of Ryder Cup story, I'm starting to see it, and I think I'll be able to do a good roundup at the end, just in terms of what are the characteristics of this course that I think creates good golfers. But yeah, early signs are, I get it, man. And then I think this is a cracking golf course. Certainly living up to my memories so far. Ground under repair there, white line around it, so we're just dropping it behind it. Cool, setting up nicely. Chunked it. Not quite. Right, let's try and make up for that poor chip. Just got stuck in the rough. With the club head, uphill here, maybe a little bit from the left at the start, and then it'll definitely take it back right to left towards the end. Oh, just getting scared of them. That was a terrific line. Not quite getting the pace of the greens yet, eh? Yep. Not a disaster. Right, another driver hole. We're on the 7th. So far we've had 3 bogeys, 1 birdie, and just the 1 par, so a little bit up and down. Try and just put in a few solid holes. We've got a blind tee shot here. There's another post in the middle of the fairway. Not dissimilar to the hardest hole that we played at Lithgow last week. And after this, there's a big slope down, so it should travel really far if you can hit a solid one over that hill. What we'll do. That's went straight right. I think every hole here has some sort of interesting feature. Here, I mean, the slope coming down on the fairway is huge. And then just to top it off, you've got a 2-tier green, and the pin today is pretty much on the crest of the hill up to the back tier. It's playing a little bit into the wind. It's 137. I'm going to hit an 8-iron because long is certainly better than short here. Oh, you are kidding. His bag spun off the ridge. Oh, that looked so good for so long. Really unfortunate. What a great shot. You can see the pitch mark here, which is about a foot past the crest of the hill. But into the wind, it's just spun back. Now got this treacherous putt back up the hill. Stovey's just hold an unbelievable one from on the bottom tier as well, so I need to follow it in. This slope is crazy. I don't actually think probably going to turn too much because I'm going directly up it. I'm probably going to hit it a little bit left, but it's all about pace, and it's just as well I've been great with the pace all day so far. So this is like bread and butter. Go. Right, I'm going to mark that. Just not nearly enough. Right, would like to make a par. Only made one so far. Pretty straight putt. Was a dead straight putt. I couldn't be any more pin high. Wow. Right, I've got to follow that. Still be had the honour after a birdie at the last. I'm trending downwards. Just not quite got the putting yet. Hit the ball pretty well. Right, it's a great hole. 130 yards. The pin is right in the middle, but everything short of the green, pretty much the front of the green, is just this big massive ditch. So really the key here is just don't be short. This should just be a stock shot, 9-iron into the wind. Just try and get inside Stobie's shot, which is about 15 feet. Right, come on. Hey there. Yeah, pretty much. Same distance on opposing sides. Not a good shot though. So we've got a bit of sociable but competitive golf here. Coming at it, pretty much the same putt from either side. So we've got a bit of a putt off, mate. I'll go first and put the pressure on. Now that I'm over it, I think a tad left to right. That's nothing crazy. Yeah, a bit more than I thought. But listen, we made a par. It's only the second one in the front nine. It's only the second one. We'll take it. Par 3 is always difficult. Just about, mate. Tap it in. Good. Good couple of holes there for you. Another hole, another interesting test. So I've played here before, so I can remember it a little bit. But this fairway, just like undulations everywhere, loads of little bobbles. The hole's actually only 300 yards, but if I remember right, it's a little bit of a drop-off green, and there's like 3 bunkers in the face. So really, I think this is one of the holes you just want to get a good position off the tee. It's playing downwind, so we're just trying to hit this up somewhere around 220 and get a good look onto the green. I think that one should be good. Just got over this crest of this hill, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. 3 pretty deep and small bunkers, just protecting that little drop-off green in the background. And look at the fairway. I mean, where are you supposed to land it? I think I've probably bounced around here, hopped a bit to the right. Can't quite see it yet. Maybe it was the wrong club. Here we are. We're in a dip. I actually think it's going to be a nice stance, so got away with it. And I'm just going to pop it up there. You can sort of see where the green is. It's actually a bit of a blind shot. I might need to go and have a quick look. All right, it's 63 yards. You want to fly it on the green, which is probably about 55, as there's a few sort of bumps before it. Got a nice lie. Just hitting a nice pitch. Looks good. Not sure what that means from Stobie, but should be on. Alright, I think this looks closer than it is on the camera. Probably 12 feet. It's down quite a sharp hill. Not quite as nice as the putts Stobie's just had coming up the green. Kind of got to go down and across a little slope. I'm just going to sort of play this couple of, maybe 2 cups to the left and just let it trickle down the hill and drip it in. Come on. That was a great putt. Second birdie of the round. Welcome officially to the channel this time, Andrew Stobie. We've played 9, so we're going to do a bit of a roundup of the front 9. So scoring wise, I'm 2 over, 2 birdies. Tell us about your front 9.
Yeah, 2 over for me as well. 3 pars, then 3 bogeys, and then managed a little birdie. As Lewis mentioned, the green managed to hole one from quite far away up that ridge, so did a little horseshoe round, so I'll take that. But yeah, 2 over, really happy.
Good stuff. So today I'm 4.8. I checked at the start, I'm getting 4 shots. Stobie, what are we thinking? 8?
Yeah, I'm playing off 7.4 just now, so maybe 8 shots perhaps, 7 or 8
So,
shots, yeah.
Terrific front 9, if I must say. Not focusing on the score then, in terms of the course, because you've never played here before. I have, so I knew what to expect, albeit it continues to delight me. What's the thoughts as a first-time player at Bathgate?
Actually driven past the course, like up near the Tesco loads of times, and I remember they had this massive, I don't know if it's still there, but had this massive banner saying 2 former Ryder Cup captains. So that was the only thing I knew about the golf course coming in. It's really interesting, that front 9, probably about 5 holes in a row. It's almost like, I know it's the natural landscape, but every green, every fairway almost created that stadium atmosphere. So hopefully the cameras picked that up. Like just walking down, you can just picture crowds here, or a stand built behind this green. The natural landscape's creating that. So I don't know if it's by chance, but there is definitely that kind of Ryder Cup feel to it on that first sort of 9.
What a good roundup. And I think that's something we spoke about a lot on that front 9, is just how grand it feels, almost over-exaggerated a little bit, and not something that we're used to playing in West Lothian. So it'll be interesting to see on the back 9 if it's a little bit more traditional. Do you know what I mean? Does it get a little bit tougher, longer? Not the longest of courses, again, about 5,850 yards today from the yellows. But there's still a test. So looking forward to this back 9.
I think as well, last thing, sorry, Lewis, is the, like, just even that previous hole, I'm sure Lewis was probably talking just over to our left there, but the slopes on this as well, very rare I'm finding so far. If you've got like a flat lie, there's always just something else to think about. So I've really enjoyed it. Really good front 9.
Cracking insight, Stobie. Thank you. Right, let's kick off this back 9. I've got the tee back after a birdie. I was a little bit sceptical whether this is a driver hole, but Stobie's went and had a look. He's been my caddy, and he said it is a driver hole. Are we saying trees on the left?
Yes.
Trees on the left.
Far away trees.
Little bit of a cut if anything, but let's just try and hit it solid, just left of that post. For left! Whew. Delicious. Right, poor T-ball's left me in a bit of trouble. These trees are absolutely huge and the green's right behind them. But I think really the only shot I've got is to try and hit it over, albeit it's very high, but I'm sort of on this plateau, like a slope. Help launch it in the air. Just try and get it somewhere close. It should come down, it's really into the wind, so it'll come down really, really steep. Oh no, get over it. I just flew straight in the air. It got over them, but it's about 20 yards short. Bit of lack of thought there. I did acknowledge it was going to fly up in the air. It was going to come down steep because of the wind, but neglected to club up, so chipping into the wind, so it can be relatively aggressive. There's a slope just before the flag that will take it a little bit to the right. So just trying to fly it onto that. Hop up. Stay there. Yeah, just didn't get far enough up. Good though. Uphill putt for a par. Andrew still be here. Or another birdie. Straight putt. Oh, slides by. Okay. Scrambling a wee bit again to start the back nine. Got this just outside the left, up the hill. Never hit that one. That was a poor putt up the hill, wasn't it? Wee bit scared. Right, it's a 5. Not a disaster, eh? Alright, got another par 3. We're on the 11th hole. A good time to bounce back yet again from a bogey. Not the longest. We've got 151 to the flag today, which is actually up the back of the green. It's playing downwind. A nice 9 should get me somewhere near it. Pull it. Go on. Hit that side of the bunker. Wrong side.
Oh, members bounce.
Hit off the wall.
Off the wall and back at the plane.
We've just finished the front 9, so it's a good time to tell you about a very interesting story about Bathgate. So, 1992, Bathgate celebrated its centenary. The course was formed in 1892, and they held an event, and Bernard Gallagher had some invites for pros and stuff like that to come out and play the course, and it was a bit of an event. I wasn't alive, so I don't recall it, but the course record was set that day by none other than Sam Torrance, who, well, let's talk about the front 9 since we've just played it. We were both 2 over from the yellows. Imagine they were playing off the back tees that day. And on the front 9, he had 6 birdies and 1 eagle. So 8 under in front 9. He finished with a score of 58, which was 6 shots better than the previous course record, and was 13 under par on the day. We're not going to get anywhere close to that today. But what a cool story from a legend, another legend of Scottish golf that holds the course record at Bathgate. We bit of history. We bit of something about it. Anyway, we've fortunately landed around about pin high after a wee assist from the wood. Just hit the back of this bunker and shot forward, so really lucky. Let's make the most of it. I've not got a lot to putt through, so it feels like a putt. There's a little bit of longer grass here, but then we're onto fringe, then onto the green. It's uphill all the way. Not a lot of break in it, to be honest. The starting line is relatively straight, maybe a little left. Come on, let's see if we can get to grips with these greens a bit more before the end of the round. Let's hit something there. Come on. I don't know what that hit. I think this could be the 5th or 6th time today I've left myself a par putt that's probably outside the distance I would have liked. Got this a tiny bit moving left to right. Well, I think that's the killing of my score a little bit. Just not leaving close enough par putts. As if by magic, we've got another dog leg. This one to the right. Again, similar to, I think it was the 5th hole. These trees are just sort of blocking your tee shot. One of the things that I read about the course designer, he just makes you think. He doesn't try and punish you, just tries to make you think about your shots. It's not punishing you for the sake of it, but just making you think. So this one, got another post in the middle. I think you just have to aim for that with a bit of a cut. The dog leg's up to the right there, playing back towards the clubhouse. Cutty, but full cut. That'll be absolutely fine. I've found the middle of the 18th fairway, so just going to hit this pretty sharp. Right of this fairway is out of bounds, so definitely picked the right miss. And I'm really just going to pop this back into the fairway. It's a par 5, I can't see the green, so just try to get a good chance to get on for for a birdie putt instead of getting greedy. Hopefully leave me 100 yards. 108 yards, good distance control. Gonna hit a full 54. Should go about 110, 115, but happy to be past the flag. Nice open green, long front to back. Stay there. Bit short. Got it open club face. Got absolutely no reason to put this up in the air. Just going to bump and run it with this hybrid. Try and hole it. Outside chance, very outside chance. Just sort of hitting it through these bumps. Come on. Almost. You can see the clubhouse in the back there. I'm told that the food in there is pretty commendable. I haven't tried it myself and not sure we'll be eating today, but worth a try. Right, par putt. Oh, mate. Oh, hit it right through the break. Thought I was stopping the bleeding with a par, but really poor. Really poor. Dropping shots, man. Right, folks. 13th hole. This is like Linlithgow all over again. Off the back of 3 bogeys, and we've got a 203 yard par 3. It's playing a little into the wind. I'm not sure I've really got a club to get there today. I'm going to hit a hybrid. Hope for a bounce on rather than a fly on. Good line. It's going to be short. Another thing to note about Bathgate, what I think's really good, with the space that they've got, they've packed in a lot. The course doesn't feel cramped. Plus they've got a driving range just on that side with bays. We've got a little chipping area to the other side. There's also a sort of caged in chipping area with a bunker and a full green. And 2, like 1 smaller putting green and then a larger one on the other side of the clubhouse. So the facilities are tremendous. I think as well, there was a little building just sort of next to the nets that I think looked like a simulator. For a member, that's tremendous. There's so many facilities to come and practice. I'll need to double check how much a membership is, but you're getting a lot for your money and a really smashing golf course as well. Well, we didn't see this from the tee, just before the green, this sort of dip. Managed to just get to the top of it, so quite fortunate, but just shy of the green. Quite happy with that. Not helping myself leaving these sort of long lag putts down to try and get pars. But on a long par 3, can't be too critical. Just trying to get the speed of this one. The line's kind of from the left, but speed is the most important thing here. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. There we go. That's better. A par! Made one. Okay, 14. Second hardest hole in the course. Important to get a good drive away. I think we've got out of bounds on the right hand side. The left is sort of the first hole, so it's really open to the left. So that'll be the miss if you need to. So just hitting a slight cut over the trees on the left. Plenty fairway up there. And just not messing with that stuff on the right. There we go, finally broke that tee. Condition of this course is really, really good. That's a terrible adjective, but you can see even just the stripes on the fairways. It's really well kept. The greens have been absolutely tremendous. They roll so true. Yeah, it's really, really well kept. Done a great job getting into position on this longer hole. Second hardest. Got 110 to this flag. It's playing downwind. I feel like today I haven't really been too aggressive to flags, and I think it's probably about that time. Left of this flag is is a big bunker, two big bunkers. But you've sort of got to land it just left of the flag as it'll camber down a little bit. But I think we're just going to go straight at it. Try and be a bit more aggressive. Oh, that's terrible. Really poor. Really poor shot. Way, way long. Just got to try and make another up and down. Pick up. Right idea. Little short. Oh, tiring a little bit here. Need to try and find a bit of momentum again. Got another outside look for a par. It is a tough hole, but needing some pars and birdies to get the score back on track. Went the wrong way. I'm really surprised at that. Not good. Right, that's another bogey. Just trudging along here. Come on. We were just conversing. There was a bit of a drop off in mood there. I don't know why. There's no real reason for it. But we're picking it up. It's time to get a move on this back nine. This is a long hole, so on the scorecards it's 4 or 5 par. I think it's playing the par 40s today because there's one further back there. So we'll play it as a par 4. This is a tight tee shot. There's a group of trees on the left and then some on the right. I think you just want to be just right of the trees on the left. And the green's up there somewhere. Not sure. Not sure. I think it was past them. Did a wee dance there.
I think it's okay.
4 holes to go. Just setting a wee target. Stobie's quite keen to just play level par golf. He's hit a wayward one here, so 16, 17, 18, level par. I'm going to try and make one more birdie coming in. I've hit a good drive here, it is fine, so should have another good chance. Just need to hit a bit better approach shots. Just been a bit sloppy the last few holes. So let's make a good finish here. I believe I'm currently 6 over after the bogey on the last. So room to improve, but just steady. Steady and a wee bit sloppy. It's 170 yards to this flag. The front is a sort of false front drop off. I really just want to hit a good iron shot here. I've been a bit poor with the approach play so far today. Let's just focus and try and get this one on the green. Give ourselves a wee chance. Keep turning. Ah, I've just left it off to the left. 10 yards offline on the left. Little bit short-sided. This sand is unusual. It's quite dark and grey. There's plenty of it though, so it's just a case of getting a splash and just popping it out, letting it trickle on. Nice short, steep backswing. That was a shot. Quite a bit of water in that cup. I think that's important to mention. There was a lot of rain last night and you've barely been able to tell, so a really well kept course. The drainage is clearly pulling its weight. Yeah, really impressed. I mean, a lot of rain last night. This would be an excellent par. We can get it. Come on. Up to be 5 there. Really having a bit of a slog these last, well, kind of the whole of the back nine. Need to try and get something going. This feels like the right hole. This is the most gettable hole in the course. It's only 285. There are bunkers left and right of the green, so it's quite a narrow little gap in the middle. But at 285, you've got to think you can get it really, really close. And hopefully It's just an up and down for a birdie. Would really like one at the moment. Let's just start with a good tee shot. Little cutty, but it'll be right up there. Right, we're 47 yards. My initial kind of thought was to hit a bump and run, just because the pin's barely on the front of that green and it's kind of an upslope to get to it. But this ball's sitting pretty deep, so we're going to have to get a wedge underneath it. So we're really just trying to fly it 46 yards, and it should stop on that upslope. Oh, what a terrible bounce. Really punished. Could still hold that one though. Still classing this as a good chance. Just putting through the fringe, up the hill, left to right. I think it'll turn a little, not too much. Just got to get the pace right. Putting into the wind as well. No turn. The wind, you could see the wind holding that. That was a terrible putt. That was a terrible putt. Right guys, we're on the 17th. This is a beautiful par 3. Look how nasty that little pin is up the back right, just over that bunker. You can see the rain's just about to start, so we're going to just try and get home safe and dry. This is only 140 yards, but it's playing straight into the wind, so I'm actually going to hit a full 7-iron straight at it. There's a backstop if we need it. Come back off it. Just onto the backstop, but that was good. Greenkeepers felt like having a laugh today. Look at that pin. Right behind this bunker. The tee's up there. It's all of about 6 foot on from the back. So a good effort all in all. This rain is really starting to come on now, so just try to get this round finished. This would be nice, but it's really just try and get it relatively close. It's going to slope off here. Oh, how's that not shot down? I'm not even on the green and I've only got 6 feet. Oh, come on, Lewis. This is relatively straight again. It's that time of the day, mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. Poor. Just lost all concentration at this point. Troops, we're on the 18th. I don't want to let the sort of lack of concentration and low mood detract from a great round that we've had, to be fair. I've really enjoyed it. We'll do a little roundup afterwards, maybe in the car because of the weather, but I've had a great time. If you've made it this far, it would mean the world if you could subscribe to the channel. You can find me on Instagram as well, Lewis Harley Golf. And yeah, come back for number 3. Drove the ball pretty well today. I think that should be all right. After a bit of feedback on the first video, I've tried to just implement a little bit more information about the course, the club, things like that. So you can let me know in the comments if that's something that you like or want more of in the future. If there's anything else that you'd like me to sort of cover in these videos. And going forward, we'll try and bring you a bit less of just bogey golf on this back nine. I think we've both been the same. But hey, thoroughly enjoyed it. Really happy with this drive down 18. 92 yards to the flag, just on the first cut. The flag's tight to the left-hand side where there's a bunker, so somewhere in the middle of the green will be good. Give ourselves a chance on the last. Oh, that's just rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. As they used to say on PGA Tour, We're on the dance floor, but we're a long way from the music. Let's give it a go and try and make it on the last. Come on. Give it a run. We've had probably about 10 of these par putts today. See if we can hold the last one. Right to left, up the hill. Whole clubhouse is watching. Slides by. Story of the day. Let's get out of the rain and we'll do a round up in the car. Right, we're back in the car for a wee round up after the round. I was just saying to Andrew, feeling a wee bit deflated.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I think that first probably 11, 12 holes was like, I don't know about you, but that was like nothing I'd experienced before in terms of the landscape, the undulations, the stadium feel, and it just felt like, me personally, there was like a kind of corner there from like 13, 14, 15, and I don't know, it just felt like I was then playing any course. Like, it was just very flat and very samey, and then I think in my head I was still such a high from earlier that, and everything else was a kind of, it wasn't quite matching up to that, and then it just became kind of bogey golf. It's a bit of a grind, to be honest.
I think that's fair. I mean, and that's not being harsh at all. I think we're actually sort of being really complimentary to that first stretch of like 12, 13 holes, which genuinely I think they blow you away. If you haven't visited here before, like it's not something that you're used to around this neck of the woods. No. And then it just got maybe a bit more traditional parkland towards the end. I think it's fair to say neither of us were playing that well either. Yeah, it started getting a bit rainy.
So I wonder if that's, again, because it then started playing poorer. It's like, you know, you're looking for, oh, why is that?
Totally.
But that first 12 holes was brilliant.
100%.
Absolutely brilliant.
So I think as a whole, like, really impressed. And one thing to say is the condition was tremendous. I don't think there was any faults to be had with the condition of the fairways. The greens were immaculate. Everything really, really good. Probably a good time to mention. So I think if you were to come and play here, the green fees, 50 quid. So relative cost, but
that's fairly normal, I think, when you're not you know, a non-playing guest and that type of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty normal. But we got this for £18 each because of a reciprocal agreement for the courses in Linlithgowshire Golf Association. 18 quid is an absolute bargain. An absolute bargain. I would actually probably go as far as saying 50 quid is also good value for money. I
think given the history that you spoke about there, and the people that have played here, from Sam Torrance to the Ryder Cup, the other Ryder Cup captains, you know, but Sam Torrance breaking the course record, all that as one. And if you're in Edinburgh, like, or even if you live in Edinburgh or Glasgow, the train station is literally walking distance from here. So if you wanted to stay, get something to eat, a drink, you know, whatever you decide, the train station's there on your doorstep as well, so it's definitely accessible as well. 100%. So it was a good day. We're going to head home. Just before we go, a note on the scoring. Obviously the back nine was pretty terrible. Finished with 79. I was 2 over in the front 9, 7 over in the back 9. Not amazing, but we broke 80, which is great. A couple of other positives: I didn't lose the ball all day, and no double bogeys, which is always a goal. So a few positives to be had, a couple of birdies on the front 9. We've had a great time. Absolutely. We'll leave it at that. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one in a bit.